Happy Friday. Welcome back to American Truck Simulator. This Friday is going to be a little unusual because I'm going to be releasing a couple of videos. Now the main reason for this is because I can and it's my channel. Okay, so the main reason for this is that this week has been, well, it's been a week. So away from YouTube, I'm going to be yawning quite a bit. I'm pretty tired right now. Plus, whenever I start a YouTube video, or a video for YouTube, I just seem to yawn anyway. But, be that what it may, it's been a busy week on the gaming front, at least for the game I play, this particular game, American Truck Simulator. And that is because version 1.50 released on Wednesday, May the 15th. And then the following day, the Nebraska download map became available. So guess what we're in today? Yes, that's right. We're running version 1.5 and we're about to be heading into Nebraska. Go ahead and do that. Switch to the external view. Connect my trailer. My ride out back to where it should be. I'm going to go ahead and close the windows because it's raining. When I went to sleep, it was not raining. It was a typical Sunday evening, sort of mellow. But now I wake up, thunderstorm. Great. Right, let me yawn first. Okay. Today we are carrying 37,000 pounds of, is it fertilizer? I think it's fertilizer. Yes, and we're off to Scotts Bluff, which is in Nebraska. So let me go ahead and pull up the map. Okay, so we're in Wyoming. We're in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and we're off to Scotts Bluff today. So I've already explored a little bit of Nebraska, just to and from Sydney. There's a lot left to explore, as you can see, and I'm excited to just spend time with the map. This particular journey is part of a World of Trucks mission trip. I think it's Cruising Nebraska is what it's called. So we're going to go ahead and just explore part of the map. It's going to be daylight at some point in the next couple of hours. I think about an hour and a half it'll be daylight. Equipment for the ride today. We are in the Mack Super-Liner, or my Mack Super-Liner I should say. Not the, because there's more than one. And under the hood we're running the Cummins NTC Big Cam. It's a 1978 vintage engine, this one. It's the 350. It's actually the Formula 350. So it doesn't rev to 2100 RPM. I think this one's 1900 revs. You'll reach 1200 foot-pounds of torque. We're running a 13-speed transmission by Fury 6 that comes with the Mack Super-Liner truck. It's a Mack 13-speed and it has a 411 final drive. So that's I would say it's fairly short, but it's not tremendously short transmission for the run today. Right. Let's say I'm gonna yawn an awful lot with this trip, and I don't really mean to. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna go to the left here. No, I'm not. The other right. Now, 1.501 was, I believe, released Wednesday, and it's already had a patch. I think it's I saw 15015. Okay, come on, we're whipsawing around the gears here. Come on. That's getting annoying. Let's just take care of it myself. Right, there we go. Well, maybe. It put me in the second gear, so fine. Okay, that's better. So it's already had I would say, maybe not a day one patch, but a very early patch, and I didn't see what the changelog was here. And it may have addressed, or maybe starting to address, some of the issues that some users have reported. And we've got a few textures missing here and there. I've seen that maybe once. Also got performance issues with the game. And that's been interesting because version 1.5 comes with some improved anti-aliasing technologies. And I gotta say, this game's looking a lot sharper than it was before. So the anti-aliasing, it's making the game a lot more crisp, and it's got a new user interface, and those are the things that people will notice first of all. The knock-on performance, depending where you read, 1.5 was a kick up the backside for those people that have a slower machine. Have I noticed a difference? Well, possibly. Right now the game is running okay, but it is definitely a little sluggish in certain parts. Now, as I say, right now it seems to be okay, and visually it's looking nice and crisp. This may be something that will be addressed. I'm getting a bit more latency with the controls, and that's typically a sign that the CPU is busy. It's still DX11, so it's basically still single core. It's not entirely single core. I think it uses 2 cores and possibly 4. But for the most part, I guess we should consider this to be a single core game. Yeah, I can see a little bit of lag here. Well, that's it's not the end of the world. I'm not desperately unhappy about this. The game does lag a little bit when I'm running OBS. I had a big performance issue, how many months ago was it now? 3 months? Where my original Windows installation decided, yeah, I don't want to run this game very well. And there was nothing I managed to do to fix it, and I got invasive. I installed Windows 11 to a brand new drive. I don't see anything wrong with the hardware or the BIOS configuration. So maybe it was the Intel microcode update to take care of some security issues. I don't know. But for whatever reason, it has not run as smoothly as it did before. Go ahead and use the left lane here. I've got to turn left up here. Now, one of the things I've also noticed, and I've not seen this on YouTube yet, is just look at my mirror on the left-hand edge of the screen. Yeah, I'm seeing all the stars in the night sky, and yes, they are very pretty. But is that right? Switch to an external view. We see a few stars in the sky, but we don't see as many as we do in the mirror. Maybe that's a texture thing, and the textures are wrong for the mirrors, and maybe that's why I'm seeing a bit of lag in the game, a bit more lag than I might normally expect to see. Let's go and get my blinker on, I think. So, I don't think 1.50 is a perfect release, but I didn't expect it to be. It broke a couple of mods I use quite regularly. It broke the Mack R, and it broke the FLB. Typically, that's a very normal behavior for these two trucks when a new version of American Truck Simulator is released. And sensibly, the author does not allow any version of the game to run those 2 mod trucks until I would imagine he or she, they have looked at that trucks. Other trucks will just run. And if they crash it, then they crash it. There's been a lot of work done to California. I spent a bit of time in San Francisco in the game. A big change to the city, a lot more detail in there, a lot more lag. The more buildings you've got, the more roads, the more complicated the map, the more sluggish, the more taxing it is on the CPU. But on the whole, yes, I would say there has been a performance knock here or there. I'm not unhappy with it. This is not really a game that you have to play at 144 hertz, 144 frames per second. It's I've got to be happy at 60. It's not an action game. I'm going to run this light. Oops. And so, from that perspective, I'm more than happy with the game. Do I sometimes think that my hardware should be able to run it a lot quicker? Maybe. But I'm running an ultra-wide. And I think in the fullness of time, when the new DX12 kicks in and they've ironed out the initial bugs, yeah, maybe it'll run a lot smoother. But I still enjoy the game. Yeah, look, we can see so many stars in that mirror there. Okay. Now there's another change that I most definitely have not seen mentioned on YouTube anywhere, and that is how the game records its temperatures. So not so much the outside temperature, although it's 51 right now. That is definitely cooler than it was showing before. Yeah, absolutely, definitely cooler. And so I suspect that it's one of those undocumented features. Maybe they're implementing weather or weather conditions into the game. They were hinting at this with the Christmas special, with the winter. So yeah, we might be seeing some changes there. Look at my oil temperature at 200 degrees, 199 degrees, and the water's 174. Well, oil is running a little warmer than it was, so typically I might be seeing 204, 205, 207, 208 Fahrenheit, and water's running a little cooler.
Keep right, then turn right.
So let's watch as we get up to speed here. So oil's gone up a little bit to 203, but I'm slowing down, so that's gonna impact it there. I'm gonna give it full power up this on ramp. Can you tell I'm at full power? Probably not. Let's just see what it does. Now the Formula does rev a little differently to the normal big cams. It's got a bit of a bias, a tiny bit of a bias towards lower end torque. I think this thing produces its peak torque at 1300 revs. You know, I should know this. I forget when it produces its peak torque. 1200 foot-pounds is not a massive amount, but it's a late 1970s engine, so we don't necessarily expect it to be 1650 foot-pounds of torque with 350 horsepower or 400. So I'm still at full power. Oil temperature is 206 and water's 179, so I would be seeing oil a little cooler and maybe the water a little warmer before SCS updated this to 1.50. So I got a suspicion that they are doing something with the weather. It's in the works. Look, it's got a little cooler outside. It's 49 degrees Fahrenheit. Where is that, you might ask? It's my trip computer in the middle of the windshield at the top. Yeah, it's gone up to 50 Fahrenheit outside. Well, that's got me along in top gear. So we're coming up to set my cruise at 65. We're coming up to 60 miles an hour. We've got 1400 revs on the tachometer. I'm going to take a little sip of water, but before I do, 208 on the oil, 181 on the water. The behavior has most definitely changed. What do I think to Wyoming so far? It's a new map, and it's going to have more detail. It's going to have more stuff to explore. I've found one hidden road already, but hey, I'm not exactly an expert at finding hidden roads. I'm going to enjoy it. And I've driven from the Dallas-Fort Worth area in Texas straight up through Kansas and through Nebraska. So I'm going to get to explore some of the roads that I've driven on. Okay. Where am I going? Where's it taking me?
Right.
Oh, well, I guess taking me to Scottsbluff. That would make sense. I'm not going to... say I'm not going to feather the throttle, but... Oh, I know where I am. Yep, okay. I know exactly where I am. Yeah, so there we got a bit of a stutter. And it wasn't exactly subtle, at least from what I could see. Now, maybe YouTube or OBS won't pick up the same sort of hesitation and lag as I did, but definitely stuttered. Oil's gotten a little cooler. Time for some more water whilst I drive into the sun. Big lag there as well. Yeah, big lag. And yeah, it's could be anything, unfortunately. I don't know what else to say about the lags. And quite often when a game is, or when this game's updated, there's little things that they work out. Is it a deal breaker? No, I don't think so. Does it occasionally, not all the time. Yeah, this is Nebraska. My drive through Nebraska was more on the east side as opposed to the west side. My biggest memory is no cell coverage for a long, long time. Another big chunk of lag there. There was a train on the screen, there was traffic coming towards me, there's particle stuff going on the left hand side here. One of the changes they made to graphics is how particles work. So yeah, I can expect some differences in its little choppy on the external view. Let's try the camera. That seems lovely and smooth. Driving with the sun in my face, of course, and the roof camera with the chrome or silver Mack today, because we don't have a Mack engine. It's not a purebred, it's a mutt. Yeah, I love my Mack mutts. And I wonder if SCS have tweaked some of the traffic settings too, because it was most definitely quiet in the small hours of the morning. There was less traffic on the road, I'm sure of it. And then as the day's sort of getting on, it seems to be getting busier. It might be in my head, it might be placebo. Get my speed down to 55. Yeah, as we come into the town, we've got a little bit of stutter going on. I gotta get my speed down again. The speed limit's constantly changing. I got a red light here. Yeah, I'm in Scottsbluff. Now call me OCD, but should there not be an apostrophe in there somewhere? Oh, I guess not. Let's look at the town. There's not much to see there. The nav unit's kind of small. Let's just jump to the map view here. You see there's a bit of lag there when I zoomed in. Right, so basically keep on the main road, go all the way through the town, and then it's this facility here. This looks pretty chunky as far as facilities go. Right next to Alliance, or it might be Alliance. So we're still 30 miles away. Okay. Got a garage I can buy here. Got a, I guess, a repair center here of some description. A few businesses kicking around. Okay. A flavor fair. This installation here. Yeah, we've got a bit to explore, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of these have got hidden roads on them. I may be wrong, but it would strike me as a bit of an SCS trade. Okay. Well, this light's about to go to green in a few seconds. Come on. Very long few seconds. Both my oil and my water temperature have dropped by a few degrees, and I expect that to a point because we were at load and now we're idling. I'm not being, excuse me, red car. I'm not being particularly brutal with the pedals. I'm letting the thing short shift, and so we're not giving it that much load. We're not giving it that much power. It's going to be producing a bit less heat. Plus, have you seen the size of the grill on this thing? I mean, if that doesn't say I've got excessive cooling, oops. That's me whistling if the microphone doesn't pick it up. That's me going through a red light is more accurate. This thing has a huge grill, and therefore it should have plenty of scope for cooling. And look at the number of gas pumps there, or diesel pumps on the right. Distracted much, David? Okay, let's, this looks like Peach Dragon on the right. I don't know if it is Peach Dragon. I mean, guess are they waving? Yeah. Oh, okay. There's a green sign there that will tell me what that is, and when we go around, I'll take a look. Let's get the windows down, just so we can enjoy the big caminess sound that this thing's going to make. Oh, there's a ditch to the right. How about that? That's a new feature. Not a bad thing. Right, let's jump in the cabin. See what this is. Might give him a bit of a honk when I go past. I don't really want to look away in case this white car pulls out, but Yeah, I don't know what that was. It might be a cultural reference that I may not get. There are a few of those. So yeah, as a quick and dirty overview of 1.50, yes, it is seemingly a little tougher on the machine than 1.49. It is prettier. The anti-aliasing does work, does make a difference. I don't necessarily see a performance drop using that, but it's really hard to tell what's causing the lag on my machine. It does appear to be a CPU bottleneck. So right now I have one core pretty much at the firewall, I suppose you might say. It's flat out. And the other cores are sitting around wondering why, Stevie here isn't saying anything back. Yeah, it's because he's busy with this game. So I can certainly see how DX12 will make a big difference once it's smooth and optimized. And I keep saying once it's smooth and optimized, because I don't know of a single game that was moved from an older version of DX or OpenGL to DX12 and was initially smoother and more performant. I'm not saying that it couldn't happen, but I just want to temper people's enthusiasm for DX12. Yes, it's going to be a great thing in the fullness of time. But those first versions, they may break every single mod that you have. They may break the graphics. They may cause smoothness and performance issues until the game matures, and we may just simply have to use DX11 until we reach that point.
Get ready to turn right.
Right, we're pretty much at my destination. There's this big facility here. Look at all these particle effects that are kicking off around us. Oh, brake. Whoa. Yeah, I would say that arrived all of a sudden, but it's not like I didn't give notice. Sorry everyone. Let's turn in here. So what have we got? We've got a little windmill for genomes or gnomes. If me saying gnomes triggers you, then I'm sorry. I suppose, is it GIF or GIF? Yeah, I can see. Oh, that's a big facility. I'm actually going to just drive through the facility here. We'll take a look. It looks like a farm, and this is pretty cool. This is very cool, actually. Oh well, yeah, it's the Ground Pastures established 1910. My bad. And yeah, this is epic. Okay, speed. Let's get my 4 ways on. Got a little tractor there on the right. Where am I supposed to go? Okay, I guess I got to go up here on the left, maybe. Yeah, I do. It's whipsawing again, and that's something I really worked hard to train or beat out of my engine definitions, and then I switched to the progressive shifting pattern, and some transmissions do it on a really light throttle. It's going to be hard to resolve, but I'll certainly give it a go. Oh, it's not quite as straightforward as we hope. Look at that. Back it up next to this natural choice trailer. Yeah, there's not that much space to do this with. Okay. This is it's not going to be that much fun. It might be easy. I mean, it's implying it's straightforward. Well, it always does. Alright, well my trick here is I'm going to try and pull forward and straighten things up and just see if I line it up correctly. I may have just done it. I may not have needed to switch to the external view here, so let's be brave and try it this way. Doesn't really help that I can't see that much. There's enormous, great big heat shields over the exhausts. I upgraded from a 5-inch to a 6-inch exhaust pipe for this particular run because I felt like it, and I'm kind of regretting it. Not that visibility is amazing in the Mack Super-Liner anyway, but I kind of nerfed it here, and that's completely on me. Oh, look at that. It says I'm there. I mean, am I really there? Am I close enough? I suppose if you're going to unload it, you're probably close enough, but I think I can make this a little neater. Let's try that. Oh. No, I'd have to do like an Austin Powers 25-point turn, so I'm just going to go ahead and stop it here. Stop the truck. Right, well, that just about wraps up today's video. A brief foray into Nebraska, a bit of discussion, commentary and observations on 1.50. Yes, if you have a weaker system, you may notice a much bigger performance deficit than I have. This machine has, it's an RTX 3080 Ti, so not current gen graphics card, and a 10th gen Intel i7. I don't think it's a slouch, but it's most definitely not high-end these days. So, yeah, I can tell. Well, hope that you enjoyed today's video. And if you have, you know what to do. And if you didn't enjoy it, you also know what to do. But thanks so much. I will see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.